I've done. I've done a fake Utah visitor's guide for 2041 in the future. Just for fun. I'm going to move this window again. I'm going to move it up a little bit. There you go, so we can see something. So this this document is split into three. Currently, it has. Oops, I should have deleted that. Currently, it has like the first section. So this is called Visit Utah Section 1, and it's all fake, right? It's just it's all placeholder text. So there's some titles. I've created some paragraph styles, of course, for my put the right tool in there. For my titles, my intro paragraph, my subtitles, there's a little highlight here. It's a character styles just to do a demi bold, and then just a basic, body copy. So it's not pretty. Just whip that really, really quick. I've added a few things in my master page, such as, and which is very important because further down it's important to link them. I have I have something, a little alien here on the side just for fun, but I have a page marker right here in the corner right here, and it's in my master page, right? Same thing in the bottom right as well. So on both pages I have page markers, and you can see my document has two sections. I have a cover section in my page, in my pages panel right here. So I have a cover, and so and then I have a section that starts on page 1 right here on the right-hand page. So this first section is only 8 pages, right? And it just goes through, and then there's some funky images that I found online quickly just to do a quick layout. And it's just a basic 3-column layout. I didn't bother with very much. What I did was I created 2 other documents, a section 2 and a section 3 that I'm going to open. So section 2 has a few more pages. Of course, it starts on the right-hand side. There's a few more pages. It follows the same thing. They have the same kind of, almost the same paragraph styles. And of course, the same master page. So that's the stuff I carried over, right? Well, actually, the page master is not quite the same. This is why I wanted to demonstrate as well. So I'm missing some of those things in my page, in my masters right there. And I'm missing a couple of things in my paragraph styles as well. So, as you can see, the bullet points here are really, really stretched out, right? So it's totally wrong. What happened was I designed this section right here, the first section, and then I've improved on it, right? So I moved things around, I changed a couple of things, I added this sidebar right here, so because the document it's a live document. So my colleagues that have been working on section 2 and section 3 have not had changes and feedback from the clients, and the bullets right here, for example, have been added, but not modified for the rest of the document. And the client also wanted to have this little alien language in the bottom left corner, and then just that little orange line at the top of the page right here, right? So just to add a little bit. So, and of course, that is not carried through in the other pages in section 2 and section 3. They don't have that. So section 3 is just a inside back cover, again, with a bullet style, which is all fake for now, and the back cover, right? So this is just for placement only. So what happens is this. We're going to create another file. You go under new, and we're going to go book. What it does, it opens up, right? You create a new book. So we're going to call it Visit Utah Book. Oops. I can type today. That's good. Save it in your folder. And all it is it opens this little tiny little window right there. And all you have to do is you add your documents, your little plus at the bottom right corner. You find your documents and you go 1, 2, and 3 and open. And they're all within your document. So you have the little red dot, the little dot, because it hasn't been saved yet. So as you can see, my first section right here ends on page 8. My section 2 is now, it was starting on page 1. It's now synced. So it now starts on page 9. and finishes on page 14. And then my last section right there does not show page number. Oh yeah, it does. It still shows a page 1 actually right there because it's a back cover, right? So technically I should be using this right there and not a back cover. So I should not make a new section right there. So I should use my master, and I should not create a new section. So we'll fix that later. We can fix that later. It's not really that important. But what I want to make sure is I want to save everything. So my book right now is all saved. So all those documents now are already synced, right? As far as page numbers and everything. The only thing that's missing is, again, for example, that bullet style right there. If you go into section 2, it has not been updated, right? It's still kind of wonky, and things are a little off. All you have to do is you go into your hamburger menu in the upper right there, and you go. Actually, you select all of those. So select all 3 of them, and you go into the little arrows. So you don't go into the little hamburger right there. You go to those little tiny little arrows going left and right. It synchronizes styles, swatches with a style source. So as you do that, now it's all synchronized, and it basically picked the style that I have here set in my section 1, and it applies it and updates it in my section 2 and 3 as well. It's all there now. So now we're all good. So we're all synced. So all 3 documents are using all the same styles, the same character styles. You can check, they're all in there. Now they're all here. Everything is perfect. The thing that's missing, and I thought it would do that, would be to actually sync also the master pages. So I'm not sure how to do that. Actually, I've never done that before. Usually I work with the same master page. So maybe we'll figure this out a little later. On the other hand, there you go. There you go. So on the other hand, again, I don't have again my master matching. So maybe just maybe, I wonder if it is in master pages. Yeah, you can do load master pages. You can do that as well. That's the other way around. You go into the hamburger menu in your pages window, and then you load the master page from your first section. And it says asking you replace master pages. And as soon as you do that, all the extra elements, the line, etc., all match now. So now we're good. We're starting to look good. Everything that you change within your book, within the syncing, master pages, etc. Again, you have to go back to your little book window right there, little book panel, and make sure that you save. It's actually already saved. The cool thing about the book panel is if you have your documents closed, I'm just going to close them quickly. You can open just the book file, right? Because you have in your window right here, you have your book and you have your 3 documents, right? So INDB, it's InDesign book versus INDB is InDesign document. So you can open just the book right there, and you can select this section right here, and you can print it. So if I had a printer, I would be able to send it to print. I don't have to open the document. I can also go, section 3, I'm going to go into the little hamburger menu, and I can pre-flight this book. I can remove it, I can replace, etc. I can also export to EPUB, export to PDF, etc. So I can just, without disturbing my, because the document itself can only be opened by 1 person. So my colleague is working on it. I open the book and I go, you know what? The client requires the proof right now. Don't worry, keep working. I'm going to open and export just that 3rd section, for example, and I can, export it as a PDF quickly to send them a proof. So the book, again, the book panel has a lot of possibilities like this, right? So you can print, you can export, that's PDF, you can do multiple things just from the book itself. From the book as well, you open just the book and you go, you know what, double click on that, and it opens up the document. So you don't have to go back to your file, to your window, or in the server, etc. So you don't have to look for the actual file. You can just open or have the book file open, and you just open it up. So a cool thing about the book files is, and it's critical to have your paragraph styles set is you can create a table of content, at the end of once the document is finished, at the end of your document. So let's create a table of content right here. A table of content is always based on the paragraph styles, such as what I have are my titles right here, the welcome, the where not to eat, etc., what not to eat. Those are basically the styles that are within the whole document, the whole 3 documents, the whole book. And the table of content will find out where they are on which page, and will associate a page number to it directly. So quick demo of how a table of content functions is, it's a little bit of a brain wrap since I don't have a style actually for it. So I'm going to do that very quickly. I'm just going to create a quick little text frame right here. And I'm going to go TOC title, TOC text, put a page number like this. Okay, so this is right now it's applying bullet. So I'm going to go with the body copy right now, and I'm going to change it to demi-bold to make it bolder and make it white, right? So we can see something. So the TOC title, I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to make it all caps, like so. And I'm going to center it, and I'm going to create a paragraph rule. So I'm doing all those things very quickly, but right now I'm just going to do actually a new paragraph style for it, so it's going to be easier. So I'm going to create a new one, paragraph style 1. There it is. I'm going to call it TOC, so table of contents title, not based on anything. And I want to add a paragraph rule underneath. So I'm going to go underneath right there below, turn it on, the half point. So just a little line, basically. A rule is just a little line. And then I'm just going to offset it just down a little bit. And I'm going to add some space after so it really separates it. Okay, so now I have my TOC text. So I want to create a new style again, apply it. Again, double click on it. TOC text, not based on anything, so it gets you practice to you get to practice for that. I'm not going to put that much space in between, so I'm just going to maybe just keep it, keep it like this. No space after, no paragraph rule, so basically no dividers, but I'm going to bump my tab right there because I have a tab between my text and my page number. I'm going to bump my tab and I'm going to align it to the right. And again, you have to click it right in that little white area right above the ruler right here. I'm going to put it right here, and you can see it now. It moves, so I'm going to put it at, let's say, 2 inches. It's out of the way. Yeah, sure. I might have to change it later, but I'm just doing that very quickly for quick demonstration. So I have a TOC title and a TOC text, right? So now I can delete this altogether, and I can go into my edit. Sorry, my layout right there, and I go table of contents. And so this is where it gets a little complex. So my table of content style is a default, right? So I can call it contents, I can call it table of contents. So I'm going to call it table of contents. There you go. This will be what will appear in my title. And I need to apply a style, which we have right there, the TOC title, right? So I'm going to apply the TOC title to that. And then what I want to include in my table of contents are whatever styles that I have within the whole document. So I want to have, just for now, I just want to have the title in there. So I'm going to select the style that is in my list of paragraph styles, and I'm going to add it to my table of contents. So basically, wherever the title style is applied throughout the whole document, it will basically pull it out and then put a page number, with it, basically. Now, what do I want to have? So this is where it gets complex. So this is just basically the kind of like a data entry. So my TOC, my table of content will have, all the titles, wherever, what not to eat, who to meet, et cetera, in my list with my page number. but I need to apply a style to that specific paragraph. That's why I created my table of content text. So I apply the text, right? So I apply the table of content text to my data entry. Got it? So this is how it functions, right? So you type your actual table of contents or contents, whatever. You apply a style to it, which is your title. You pick the styles that you want to have in your list, in your page numbers, and then you apply a style to that, which we have already. And I want to make sure that I select make text anchor in source paragraph right here, because when you export as a PDF, you will have bookmarks, right? So include book, oh, it's actually include book documents right there. We can do all that stuff. We can go into more options later. So first I'll show you that, right? So actually, no, let's do it right now. More options. Might as well. So as you enter your style, basically, so you will have your no, actually, you know what? Let's do it right now. Let's do it just like this, just as if. So now that I have my table of contents set, you can see that my cursor has a little text frame basically attached to it. So I can, click and drag to make the text frame, and my table of content is automatic. It's in there. So you can see that there's a couple of things to fix, such as the page number is a little too tight right here. They collide. And again, the welcome, what not to eat, etc., etc. All of that stuff, including the shit you don't say to Border Patrol, is on page 13, which is in my document number 2. Remember, it's not in my section 1. Section 1 is only from page 1 to 8. So all of those styles, because they're all synced within my book file, it picks it up throughout all the books that are linked in my book document right here. And it picks it up and then arranges it by number. So what I can do here very quickly, my TOC text right there, I'm just going to improve the tab right there, which is a little tight. So I'm just going to move it back. No, not that much. Let's see. There you go. That's better right there. So this is what I can do right there. So I have already all my table contents right there, all set, just like that. So sources, because I created a new section. Remember the back section. Section 3 right there, which is a back cover section, shows page 1, of course. So that's not a screw up, but we're going to change that. So we're going to go and open that section number 3. So this is, again, my sources right there. And it says page 1 right there. So what we can do here, we can change the numbering in the section because it's like an appendix, basically. So as you see, my pages palette up here, the panel right there says BC1 as in back cover 1, back cover 2. So what I can do here is I can right click in my page right there. It says numbering and section options. And here I have my prefix, BC as in back cover, and the style is page 1, 2, 3, whatever. But because it's an appendix, maybe I can put like a Roman numeral on it, for example. Or I can also go automatic page numbering. There's all those options. So if I keep my page number as regular, it's switched now to page number 15. So it's all linked again, it's all synced with my book document. All I need to do is to fix, remember my master page that is missing a line at the top and a little extra little alien language in the upper right corner. So I can go into the little hamburger menu of pages right there. I go master pages, load master pages, grab the ones from section 1, replace master pages, and they're synced, and now everything is the same. And I can save that document, go back to my section 1, I can close that one, it's not needed anymore. But now, of course, my page hasn't changed in my table of contents, so all I have to do is select my text frame right here, go back under layout, and it says update table of contents. And then right there, the table of content has been updated, and now my sources page is page number 15. So that's the cool thing about working with paragraph styles, working with a book document. Everything is synced. The software relinks, resyncs everything for you. So that's a really cool feature of InDesign. And again, you could be collaborating on a very large document, a catalog or annual report or any kind of magazine or etc. with multiple people working on different sections. You work from home, Joe is working at the office, Ahmed is also working from home on the other side of the planet, and all of you guys, you have just one file, and you can also coordinate and work within that one file. So that's the cool thing about that stuff. And then one thing I wanted to do quickly, and I want to show you that stuff. It's a quick little trick. So I found this beautiful little the logo actually for Utah, for the official Utah logo, and it comes in originally an orange that I've grabbed. It also comes in white, of course, and knockout, and it comes in a kind of like a outer blue and a navy blue. So these are the official colors from Utah. But what I want here, it gets a little lost in my weird looking illustration. So what I want to do here quickly, I want to create an effect on it. So I want to go into my properties panel right here. And I want to go into, oh, do I have effects on? No, I don't have it open. So let's see. Under objects right here, and I want to do a drop shadow. Something quite simple. I just want to have, like just a little contrast. So I want to put like 100%. And I want to change my X and Y offsets to 0. So the shadow is just behind it. I'm going to increase the size. You can increase the spread to it, but it's, just to add a little bit of, oomph to it. And I'm going to add a little bit of grit. So I'm going to add a little bit of noise. And what it does, as you can see now, it gets really gritty. So I just want to add just a little noise. So that's number one thing. So I'm not a big fan. So what I can do here, I can change the blending mode of my object right here. So if I change my opacity, it'll just fade off, right? And I don't want that. I want to change my blending mode. So I click on opacity right here. There's my opacity, but there's also my blending mode right here. And if I go multiply, this is what happens. And it's a little cooler, right? It's a little bit more discrete, and it shows the image right through it. So basically, when you go multiply, any dark color will multiply and will get thicker and darker, I should say, denser. But the whites disappear. So it's a simple little trick to do. So yeah, so basically, this is how a book file functions. And again, I can save and close all that stuff, and I can go into my little book panel right there. I can save it, of course, and then I can go export book to PDF without having any file open. So I'm just going to do a quick demo about that as well. Quick, PDF preview, PDF print model. I mean, you have your PDF presets right here that you may have set earlier or not. And so you just pick one, right? So press quality, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't have any presets done because I am in a different user environment on this machine. Unfortunately, I lost my preset. So we're going to do that quickly. So we're going to reopen that book file. Ooh, I got rid of my window right there. There you go. Reopen that first one, and I'm just going to create a new preset quickly. So I'm just going to go export as PDF, section 1, it doesn't matter. And I want to save that, but I'm going to check, I'm going to change, and save my preset right here. So I'm going to go into press quality right here. I'm going to change my viewing of my PDF. So I want to go fit page, single page continuous facing with the cover, and I'm going to make it for press, right? So I'm going to go into Acrobat 8. I'm going to use my my bookmarks, my hyperlinks, and I'm going to change my compression. Well, actually, no, it's already done there. It's already at 300 and maximum image quality. So this is all good for print. What I want to do is I want to do my, because it's print, so I'm going to do crop marks. I'm going to use my document bleed setting, and I'm going to match, my bleed setting is 0.125, and I want to match my offset of my crop marks to the same as 0.125. I'm going to use my color bar and page information. And the rest, I'm not going to change anything. Convert to destination, meaning to CMYK, sure, that's fine. Although I'm using a lot of RGB images, it's fine. A couple of things actually, I don't want the bookmarks and hyperlinks just yet. I'm going to show you a different thing. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to save as preset, and I'm going to go CMYK press. I'm going to save it like this and go OK. And I'm going to cancel that. And then I'm going to do another one. Again, export again, save, and then this time I'm going to change it to smallest files. I'm going to go page, so that's going to be the viewing in Acrobat. I'm going to go to up cover page. I can do it in spreads as well, and I can add, actually no spreads, regular page. I'm going to add the bookmarks and the hyperlinks, and this one is going to be my web hosting version. So it's going to be a very low compression, very small file in Acrobat. I can keep the Acrobat 8 or 9. That doesn't really matter. The Acrobat 8 offers the option to have the layers within the Acrobat file, or just a regular, no worries about the layers in this particular one. But I want to change my compression to keep the file fairly small, right? So it's 100 pixels per inch versus the 300, which was the print version earlier, and image quality is now low. So I want to go quality medium, so it's not too compressed and it doesn't look like crap too much. My grayscale images are fine. Monochrome, that's fine. I wouldn't touch that. Marks and bleeds, I don't have any. I'm not using the bleed settings because this is not for print. My output is converting everything to RGB, so it's going to look a little bit weird. We'll see, we'll find out. Advanced security, I don't need to have a security on it, but you can actually set them up. You can actually have a password to it. So if you're sending a proof to a client, you can lock it, put a password to it so the client cannot pluck anything out of your document. That's an option. And then summaries just basically tells you what you've done, marks and bleeds, etc. If they're turned on and off. So this is going to be my web version. So I'm going to save my preset and I'm going to go web and click OK and export and cancel it. So now I can close that document, save it, but I can close it. And now I'm going to export my whole book. So we're just going to go export book to PDF and format PDF. Yes, print. Yes, good. We're going to save it in the same folder. And now there's my settings that I've just played with. So I have my CMYK press ready right there. And I can add, actually, I forgot to do this. I create Acrobat layers as well. And I can go export. And it creates my document right there. So from the book window, you can export directly into a PDF. And I'm going to export it as the web version as well. So I'm going to go again, export book to PDF, and this time I'm going to change I'm going to change the name, right? Web, save, and I'm going to change my settings to web. And it's all preset, and I export it. And sure, whatever, because right now I'm using CMYK and it's switching to RGB, so it gives me a warning. So I'm just going to go, yeah, sure. So right off the bat there, I have two PDFs of the same document, and there's the difference. Hopefully I have Acrobat open. So we're going to start with the web version. Open the web version because it's a 1.8 megabyte versus the print version, which is 14 megabytes. And there's my file. And it looks pretty good for screen, right? The images are compressed, but they kept their quality, right? So it's visible. Page numbers are there, everything's fine. I don't have any hyperlinks in there, but that's beside the point for now. What I want to do is I'm going to move this window a bit out of the way. I want to make this a little bigger. Is I want to click on that little margin on the left-hand side right there. Oh, no, come on, it's already open. No, never mind. And I want to show here. I can show my page thumbnails, and I can show my bookmarks as well. And my bookmarks, as I remember, I selected that. My table of content is live. I can click on who to eat with, and it takes me to who to eat with page right away. And I have my bookmarks right there on the left-hand side, so I can go what not to eat, and it takes me to that page. Shit, you don't say to Border Patrol, right there. I'm on my sources pages, and it's right there. So this is why your styles, again, your paragraph styles, your table of content is important because everything is live and linked. Now we can go back to the print version. And then the print version has Remember, we set up the come on, zoom in. There you go. We set up the crop marks, which are those little lines. They are matching the bleed. There's your color bar at the top right there, the grayscale color top at the top, and then the multicolor at the top right there. And then you have your page info at the bottom down here, at the bottom left right there. Visit book INDB. So because it's been exported from the book file, not the InDesign document. And this file will just selecting something. There you go. And this document is press ready. So it has all the bleeds. And you can see the little strip right there. It's basically the bleed from the left page that is kind of carried over to the right page. So don't worry about that. The printers will set those pages properly. So this one is ready to go to print. It's iRes. It's got the crop marks, the bleeds, and there's your difference between a web PDF and a print PDF, and it's ready to rock and roll. So again, the difference is the print document is 14 megabytes and the web document is 1.8 megabytes. So one is a whole lot more portable than the other one, especially for the web if you want to post a document on the web. So this is kind of critical for your portfolio class at the end of the program, is when we're asking you to do a print portfolio. We ask you to do a print web and a print press ready. So you have a high-res PDF that you can print and it would look good, and you have a low-res PDF that you can post, you can email. It's a small file and it's portable. Hence the PDF stands for portable document format. So this is how a book document, a book file, I should say, within InDesign functions, how you can link multiple documents into one, and how you can export things and print and have everything synced up all together. That was a lot, wasn't it?